Hello family, welcome to another beautiful edition of Annie Otto's vlog. If today's your first day watching me, you are in the right place at the right time. Please hit the red button that says subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and you will be among the very first people that will be notified whenever I post something new. If you're a returning friend, subscriber, follower, I like you and I love you so much. I'm so glad you are back. Thank you so much. Please do not forget to like, share, and comment on my videos, okay? So in today's edition, I am going to be zooming in about a Nigerian actress, that's the Nollywood actress by name Ada Ameh. So this lady was 48 years old. She passed on the 17th of July 2022, just this month, okay? So prior to that, she went to an occasion in Delta, that's an oil company occasion where she was invited. She collapsed there and was rushed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead, okay? So, but I'm zooming in into depression. This lady has been suffering and battling major depression for years. So last 2 years, she lost her only daughter. So in the interview, she was in Your View. I came across that interview on YouTube and I watched it. And within me, I was like, oh my goodness, this lady is very depressed. This lady needs more help. This lady needs attention. I was just looking at her, with the medical eyes. Ordinarily, you might not know, but the way she was talking, the way she was breathing, the way she was responding, her tears, you will see that she was still very depressed, okay? But in her interview, she said that she lost 4 major family members back to back, including her younger sister, her daughter, whom she had at age 14. I'm zooming in into depression because sometimes for us Africans, we don't value depression as something serious. We don't look at it as something that needs attention. We don't look at it as something that somebody is really suffering from, battling from. We don't look at it as something that needs immediate attention. We just look at it like, oh, get over it, get over it. Are you the only person something like this have happened to? But in the real sense, people are being admitted in the psychiatric ward because of depression. But from the environment we came from as Africans, we look at everything as just normal, or somebody is just supposed to get over it just like that. But in this case, this lady has been battling it and she have not been able to get over it. So in other words, let's zoom in and look at depression so that we know what to look at for and how best we can help each other. So depression is a mental health disorder characterized by persistent loss of interest in activities, causing significant impairment in daily life, okay? So depression can be mild, persistent, severe, major, or even maniac. So in so many ways, you can see that in that interview, Ada Ameh was able to express that she has not been able to get back to acting because of the depression, okay, the loss of her daughter. So let's look at the signs and symptoms of depression. There are so many signs and symptoms of depression, but we are going to focus on the most common ones, okay? So my number one is feeling of sadness, worthlessness. Just like I mentioned, Ada Ameh has lost so many family members back to back, her younger sister, her daughter lately. So that puts her into sadness and worthlessness. When people will be like, okay, what am I living for? What exactly is my hope or my worth in this world? If I have lost the only thing that makes me happy, the person becomes very sad. Then another one is anger, angry outburst, okay? Somebody who has depression also experiences angry outbursts. You see that person very irritable, frustrated at all times, okay? So these are signs and symptoms of depression. Don't think this person, she's always angry. They're going through stuff, okay? Then another one is social withdrawal, social isolation. Every time that person withdraws from the public, withdraws from meetings, withdraws from church, withdraws from the community, is always all by herself, deep in thought, okay? So all these things, that's a sign of depression. Then another one is loss of interest. You see this person, they don't want to take a shower, they don't want to eat, they don't want to go out, they lost their sense of grooming. Okay, So you look at them, they always look like, oh, this world is finished. I'm done. There's nothing to do to make me feel better. What else am I doing this for? Okay. So another one is loss of interest in pleasures, okay? Things that normally make people happy. You see them, they don't care anymore. Even to the extent if they can give out what they have, they will start giving things they cherish most, because at some point they're looking at it like, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to check out very soon in this world, because some of them sometimes will eventually take their lives. So that's why when you see people giving out things that they cherish most, they love most, watch them closely. Why are they doing it? What's the motive behind it? Some of them are thinking about so many other things, okay? So you see all these people, they don't, just like Ada, she wasn't able to get back to set. She loved acting. She's a very good actress. She have not been able to go back to set in the last 2 years. That's a lot of years. That's a lot for somebody to stay away from what she cherishes most or what gives her income. That's a major depression right there. Another one is sleep disorder, sleep disturbances such as insomnia. The person cannot sleep at night, or they sleep, they just wake up just very, very brief, okay? So they have this sleep pattern disorder. They can't just get it together to have a very good night's sleep. Then another one is physical symptoms. They're constantly having headache. Their back is aching. They are having this muscle spasm, muscle ache. They are feeling so fatigued, okay? So this is another major depression issues going on. Back home, people just generalize that when you have a baby, you're supposed to be happy. Sometimes people are not happy. There's something we call postpartum depression or postnatal depression, okay? That the woman has this change in hormonal imbalance that makes the person feel down, rejected, and maybe have low self-esteem due to body image disorder. You see that person, maybe they gain so much weight, or maybe their abdomen is not going back in, they have this bogey abdomen, or maybe a lot of engorgement of body parts going on, okay? Some people feel awkward about it because the body have changed. Those that put so much interest on shape, they will feel depressed, and also due to hormonal imbalance. So postnatal depression is real. It is real. So when you see somebody feeling down after giving birth, you need to run to their rescue. Not everybody feel overexcited after giving birth. We need to be careful with that. How can we treat depression? So from my point of view, if you happen to have any of these symptoms I have mentioned, it's time to go and see your primary care doctor. So if your primary care physician cannot tackle your depression issues, he or she might refer you to a mental health doctor who has specialized in this area of issues, okay? So in other words, your primary care doctor most of the time will use what we call PHQ-9. That's patient health questionnaire. So the 9 means it has 9 questions in it, okay? So through your score in that questionnaire, that will tell the doctor that you have depression and your level of depression and how you need to be treated. So in other words, most of the time your primary care doctor will put you on antidepressant. Normally they will start with the SSRIs, which are the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, okay? So these are the first class of antidepressants such as Paxil, Prozac, Zoloft. That's where the doctor is going to start you on. Then progressively, if you need more, they might add another group or add more, increase your dosage, or do other things to make sure that you get out of depression. And this group of medications, what it does is to help your brain to regulate the release of serotonin and dopamine. These are the chemicals that create the feeling of happiness and satisfaction, okay? So if you lack serotonin and dopamine, you're going to be unhappy. So that's why these medications try to stimulate it, to create it, and to put it back in your brain. And that will give your brain the signal that you need to be happy again, okay? In the case of Ada, she mentioned that she was on medications, she was going to therapy, and she was also using her resource as a celebrity to help other people who were passing through the same thing she was passing through. So in other words, a group therapy thing was going on where she was talking to other people that had depression. But in other words, she was still deeply battling her own depression. Okay guys, so I'm going to quickly run through these 9 questions that we normally ask our patients when they come in through the emergency department or to the unit, to the clinic, or to the doctor's office. So these questions, we call them patient health questionnaire 9. It contains 9 questions to rule out depression. So it was formulated by the Mental Health America. So it ranges from 0 to 3. So you ask this question: not at all scores 0, several days scores 1, more than half of the days scores 2, and nearly every day scores 3. So the number 1 question is like, in the last 2 weeks, have you had little interest or pleasure in doing things? Then the patient will answer not at all, several days, more than half the days, or nearly every day. Then you go to the number 2. In the last 2 weeks, have you been feeling down, depressed, or hopeless? The patient will answer. Have you had trouble falling asleep or staying asleep or sleeping too much? Yes. So it can range from sleeping too much, sleeping none at all, or having trouble falling asleep or sleeping through. Okay. Then another one, in the last 2 weeks, have you been feeling tired or having little energy? Number 5, in the last 2 weeks, have you had poor appetite or have you been overeating? So it goes both ways, okay? Then number 6, in the last 2 weeks, have you been feeling bad about yourself or that you are a failure or have let yourself or your family down? Number 7, in the last 2 weeks, have you been having trouble concentrating on things such as reading or watching TV or maybe other things around you? Have you had that lost imbalance, okay? Then number 8, in the last 2 weeks, have you been moving or speaking so slowly that other people could have noticed? You've been like being fidgety or restless, in the last 2 weeks. Number 9, in the last 2 weeks, have you been having thoughts that you will be better off dead or hurting yourself? Okay, so these are scored and tallied. At the end of the day, if the patient scores 5 to 9, that means the patient have mild depression. If the patient scored 10 to 14, that means the patient have moderate depression. If the patient has greater than 20, that means this patient has severe depression. In all of these 3 categories, they need treatment, okay? Again, whenever you see somebody feeling any of these symptoms, please help them out. They might not be able to help themselves. You that is healthy and normal is the one that is going to help them. Be family member, your neighbor, your friend, your colleague. Always be your brothers or your sisters' keeper, okay? All right, guys, again, this is depression. It is real. I know our African people don't really look at depression as a problem. We just want our people to snap out of it. It's not that easy, okay? So again, this is depression. It's a mental health issue, and somebody that is going through depression needs your help, need my help. We got to do this and save a life. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching another beautiful episode of Annie Otter's vlog. I love you so much. Thank you. Please do not forget to share, like, and comment on my videos. I love you guys. Bye, guys. Bye.